Hey everybody, welcome back to Crossroads AD&D 5th edition campaign. This is week 5, hour 2. On the road again.
Just as your cart rolls up, headed out of town, Svetlana rides up quickly on a golden steed.
That sounds about right.
I look over in pure confusion. Why did you get that?
That's it. We're definitely robbing her. It's still in the golden mount.
My goddess smile upon me today. No misfortune for me.
Dismounts the steed, hops into the cart, and you see Orphan Stomper 2.0 right off into the sunset.
No, come back. We need a new donkey. We had a fat donkey. Come on, come back here.
Wouldn't that technically mean your goddess didn't smile upon you?
Orphan Stomper, is that his name?
That was the Vox's steed, yes, Orphan Stomper.
Oh, okay. Orphan Stomper. Shatter. The horse shatters itself.
Boof. I command the horse to shatter.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I actually don't, for some reason. I need notes too sometimes.
Carry on.
No, I know what you're talking about. Sure, you can check that out if you want. It was out of the glass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in a moment of an epiphany, before we actually leave,
Well, you're riding. What?
Flora remembers the cup that she had found at the magic shop.
Mm-hmm.
Zook, is there any chance you can see what this weird unknown liquid is?
A cup with liquid in it?
It's a jar of
It hasn't
urine.
spilled? I was going to say it's a cup.
That's actually going to be my first comment. It's obviously magical because you've been carrying it around like this and it hasn't spilled out everywhere.
I thought you got some liquid in a vial.
Okay. Yeah.
I was going to say you've been
'Cause
walking
if
around
you
this cup
didn't-
for like 3
You
days.
check the cup out, you notice that it's completely empty, but the backpack smells slightly.
Oh, okay.
There's
so the
text behind you.
vial. And I found it next to some goblin footprints. I thought that was
Out of
quite
the
odd
glass.
as well.
I hold it up, I look at it, I swish it around. Do I recognize it?
Seems like it's some sort of liquid.
I heard when goblins are riding, they just piss in piles and throw them aside.
It might be some.
Uncork
It
it,
might be
smell
some-
it, taste
Yeah.
it,
I look at and smell it.
get a alcohol scent off of it, so it smells like wine. You notice inside the, looking very closely, you flip down two things on your goggles and see small chunks of pearl inside of it.
This? That's what this is.
How bumpy is this ride?
This is a detect magic or a identify potion.
So what happens if you drank it?
You'd be at 100 gold. I hand you the vial. Drink it and find out.
No, I don't drink things that I find at a crime scene, much less a murder scene.
And this is only a small sample, just to point out. It's not enough to fill the vial.
So, wait, if it's an identify potion, shouldn't it tell you what it is?
I face palm at that.
Why did you take it from the crime scene?
I stopped asking why y'all break laws a long time ago.
Is
It was a crime?
The person was dead anyway. It wasn't like he was going to need it.
Thank you, Lana.
Okay, but why didn't you tell the authorities?
I did tell the authorities. He turned around and said, "Get lost." He did not want my help because I made him look bad.
She did not want to bring up the fact of the blue Smurfy type goblins because she thought she might sound crazy, so she did not.
Blue Smurf goblins.
What he said.
Oh, I did want to point out too. I've been wondering, Phineas, where did you put that vial from the alchemist's shop when you took the samples of that sludge?
I just have it in my bag.
Okay.
What do you mean, blue Smurf goblins?
Sragg, I feed a small amount of the stuff to my bat.
Just
Okay.
par for the course.
Which stuff? The potion? The little
Yes.
bitty. Oh, okay.
It's a tiny little bat right now, and they did a tiny amount, so it'd be the equivalent of about a human.
Should we be worried about blue Smurf goblins?
You just pour that back for the bat. The bat chugs it down. You see the word bat appear on its back.
Why are there blue Smurf goblins murdering people in town?
Okay, so when I was coming back from Silvery Moon,
It doesn't have the bat's name, just bat.
Mhm. We identified it. It's a bat.
I came across another. Well, I came across one of the marauding groups of goblins. So I stayed back and I just kind of watched, and they were seeming to be being led by these blue goblins. that
So you
casted-
ran into
and they-
blue goblins leading the other goblins?
Yes, and then when some of the goblins started going a different direction, and the goblin screamed at him. And granted, I can't speak goblin, so I don't know. I just saw a lot of screaming and jumping, and then all of a sudden, the goblins burst into flames and kind of laid over dead. So
Right.
Hey, that's a really good check. It's all right, Bookish. You have something. They're not goblins at all. Those are Zvarts.
Excuse me?
Zvarts.
Did you stroke out there or something? What the?
I would like to point out that there are no such thing as blue goblins. What you're actually describing are Sparts.
Zvarts starts with an X. Zvarts.
Well, that explains everything.
how the hell do sparks throw off flames?
I have
Oh,
more
God.
questions.
I facepalm.
You said
What now?
sparks?
Sparts with an X.
Zvarts.
Mhm.
Have I ever heard of a Zvart?
Mm-mm.
Knowledge religion?
Gesundheit.
Go for it. Roll it. Oh,
I
yeah.
begin to strike my flint in his direction.
So what is a Svart?
A Zvart.
I think he wanted
They are
sparks in the wagon.
clones of a demigod goblin that managed to steal a spindle from one of the demon princes.
Okay.
Basically, he's
So-
after magic items. He's the most wanted goblin in the entirety of all realities, and usually sends his clones ahead of him before he comes to collect something himself.
Okay.
So he is a goblin.
Pause.
He's like Loki.
Pause.
He is a goblin, but he's a god.
Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that again, this time with the pen ready to actually capture all this. Yeah, a demigod demon.
A
Look it up on
demigod goblin
Wikipedia.
Goblin.
that stole a spindle that was used in the sundering by Ao that happened to be in the possession of a demon prince.
Full
Ayo.
spindle from AO.
He didn't steal it from Ao. Ao used it in the sundering.
Used.
I like that he's adding extra notes in there. He
This
stole
ought
it
to be
from
good.
No.
Sundering.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So he's the most wanted being anywhere.
Most wanted being ever.
He was
Why?
on his way to the store to
Because
get
of
some
that
milk.
spindle.
Well, I
He's
don't want him.
spindle, and everybody wants that spindle.
Why?
He's just a goblin, but if you have it, you become a god.
Okay, so and then from there these Zvarts. That's on how this
How do you
goes.
spell
There's only
that?
supposed to be one.
Okay, his Zvart is a clone of this guy.
Yeah,
Sends them out.
imperfect clones.
They're
He sends them out in droves, hundreds of them, before he hits a spot on a plane where he's after a particular item. So there must be some kind of magic item in the area where these things are coming from that he's after,
or a Taras that he's just getting ready to wake up.
or a large collection of magic items in someone's hoard.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get this back into perspective. So Zook turns around and says, "That's not a goblin. That's Vart."
How do you spell that?
That's what he said.
And some of the cart just slams to stop, and I just look at Zook. Did you say it's Vart?
I thought I did.
As in the demigod goblin who stole the spindle used by Ao for the sundering?
You have this knowledge also, Zook. He comes with this white territory.
Yes, the one and the same.
The one being that's wanted like everywhere that sends out his clothes?
Are you guys going to fill us in?
Okay, who cares?
So let's see here. In the last 2 days, we've had a Tarask being prophesized, and we have a demigod goblin by the name of Zart around here.
Isn't it a Terrasquay? Fodrin, is it a Terrasquay?
It is Terrasquay.
Or is it a Tarask?
I must be a new creature, this Tarask.
Don't forget about the meteorite.
And we have the meteor. That's it. I'm going home.
I'm not. I think it's time to move on.
Oh, and the strange mechanical.
Oh yeah, and the mechanical unknown,
mechanicals.
The crazed unknown mechanical animals that just want to eat it.
But you told the guard about that, right?
Yeah, I told them about it. Did you want to know what they did? They laughed at me and said, "Oh, well, we'll keep an eye out for the blue goblins."
No, I meant the mechanical thing.
Yeah,
blue goblins. You didn't tell them it was a Svart or whatever you pronounced, do you?
I didn't quite realize it until after Zook turned on and mentioned it, and then it's like, you know what? That does sound somewhere.
Where were they?
South of town, just outside of Silvery Moon.
Which way were they heading?
West.
We're not going that way.
Yeah, we're going north. They're like, I don't know, leagues south of us.
Why would they be going that? Why do these clone things that you say go that way?
Well, they're after magical items. They're after something that that he sends them out, and I say he, meaning the actual Zvart, not the clones, what he uses. So he sends them into the plane or into different planes to steal a magical item that he wants.
And they went east to west.
Or as a forthcoming event of his actual arrival to the plane.
And they are called Zvarts, but his name is Raxavort.
Right. And I think if I remember my lore correctly, and Zook, tell me if it's not, his name is Vaxavort?
Raxavort.
Your lore is wrong.
We'll just call him Anthrax for sure.
I think you should have paid more attention, Fleur.
God, yeah, apparently I need to go back and study. Is that spelled X-A-X? Yeah, anyways.
Why are we going north again?
Meteor.
Some sort about a meteor.
Example, misshapen blue goblins. There you go. That's what you've been seeing.
Yeah, those things right there.
Fleur carries around her guide to the blue goblins at all times.
She just have to forget what they were.
Hitchhiker's Guide to Moondale.
Yeah. All right. There you go. So y'all go about this. So is the cart still at a stop?
No, we'll start rolling again.
Daylight's burning. Okay. All right. I was just wondering because he specifically said he pulls the cart to a stop.
See, look it looks just like that.
Hangman?
She had to stop the cart for dramatic effect.
If you didn't see it, I put it on my camera. That.
Catch fire.
X. X.
Okay.
Is it an X?
All right. So here we go. You continue on into the woods. You notice that it is strangely quiet. There are some animals, but not as many as you would expect. You'll see deer and some other things, but all of them seem to be heading south as you're heading north. This is after you've been going for a couple of hours.
Well, I don't know about you lot, but I feel a lot better knowing those blue demigods wandering around.
Hey,
Out of
that's
character,
fine.
did when you guys showed up and I met up with you guys had already taken care of Giles, right? He was no longer with you, right?
We never got him to begin with.
Never got him to begin with. Okay, just making
Yeah,
sure.
we took care of him all right.
Did she actually ride up on a golden steed that just vanished? That was really happening?
No, she showed up. I just
Okay, because I was like, how did she actually join us then? Because there should have been a little more pause and alarm if she just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Poof! Hi!
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Demon!
what?
Considering y'all made that stop, she was able to make it to the south gate or to the north gate to meet you before y'all took off.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good to know clarity.
Sorry, I should have specified.
So I was like, are we just gonna go with that? Like, this is normal. She just shows up on random golden steeds, and it's just
This
a
is
thing.
fine.
And
So
no
it's
one,
just like, I've seen weirder stuff.
Y'all, you ride on most of the day. It starts to get towards the evening, and you can still see some of the smoke coming up above the trees. It's off in the forest now, where there's no road leading to it, so you'll have to leave the cart. You can either go northwest from here, or keep on going north a ways and then go straight west. It's your choice on that one.
how tall are the trees?
So we had a fork in
It's
the
a
road right now.
pretty thick wood, and it's not a fork so much as if you go northwest from here, you'll hit it, or you can just keep following the road and go straight west to hit it. Or you can go on even further and then go southwest to hit it. I don't really care. I'm just telling
So
you.
the road
to
branches
the
off
west.
different directions right now. Is that what you're saying?
It's in the middle of the forest.
The road is no longer going straight towards
There's no
where
road.
we want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Road's going straight. You want to go that way.
So do we have to ditch the cart?
Yeah, you'll have to leave the bring out your dead cart to get there.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
How do y'all want to handle it?
You can leave the cart behind. It's not my cart. I don't care.
Honestly, that's kind of the way I'm thinking too.
All right. Well, at what point do you leave the cart behind?
Immediately.
This is important. Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's evening. The sun will be setting probably within an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
How long?
It's got to make a nice fire.
You should be able to make
No.
it to the fire source as it's starting to get dark, so it'll light up for you at least.
You said it's too much to actually leave the carts, but is it at least enough room to bring? You said a mule, or is it a horse?
It's a mule. Yeah.
So-
Oh no, that's an old nag. It's a horse. It's a horse. Yeah.
So is enough at least the terrain at least favorable enough to bring a horse through?
You can bring a horse through the forest. You can bring the goat through. Just the cart won't be feasible.
I'll bring the horse.
All right.
Every direction, whichever direction we go, I am marking every tree I come across.
Aren't you worried that horse is
You're
going to make?
marking every tree.
Just make a lot of
No, not with the sword. I'll use a dagger.
So you start carving into every tree as you go through.
Why you stop that?
I like where this is going.
Oh, dude.
We're about to get murdered by Ents.
Oh.
Before I actually make this one,
No, too late.
Yeah.
I would have thought my character at least known if there's Ents in this forest.
All I ask is that you commit to your decisions.
Yeah. Let's go with it.
So you take out your dagger and you start marking every single tree.
I
And
start
You
screaming
Why?
at the top.
You know how
Why?
many trees there are in a. You have not been in a real forest, have you?
You're from New Mexico. I can tell.
These and
We're going-
Oh, fine.
if we're going in a straight line, I would continue until I am told otherwise to stop by someone else apparently in the party that is
All right.
smarter.
Dude, come to
You're
Canada
going
and mark
through-
every tree in the forest. Seriously.
Okay.
Like, I would love to see
Can
that.
we just pause for a second and
Sure.
could I please just maybe Fleur has more intelligence than that? Could we maybe rely on
Please.
some character knowledge?
Fleur, what's your int score?
She's got a 12.
Fleur, that would take you entirely too long to mark
Okay.
every single tree.
Thank
Okay, but
you.
what's survival? Have you been in the forest before with this character?
Yes, that's what I said. I've been north of town, so I'll at least know if there's something.
Have you been off the beaten path?
I would assume so at some point. I'm just not wanting to get lost in the forest.
Why would you go off the beaten path? What brings you north?
Adventure, death, apparently, at this point.
Okay, but that's now. What before did it? That's what I want to know. I want to know because I want to tell you something, but
Remember that time you had to go to that camp to help the dead people? Remember?
Exactly.
with what you're saying isn't stupid. But every tree, what you do is you mark one tree, walk
Fine.
for 5 minutes, mark another tree physically, walk for 5 minutes.
That's what
That's
we'll
how
do.
it works.
That is what we'll do.
Okay.
I carve every single tree.
And you always do it on the same side you're walking past, so that like when you see it, if someone needs to find you, they follow the same path.
Gotcha.
I do want you to roll a D. Just roll a D2, 1d2. Okay. All right. So y'all are going along. You're about an hour into the forest. Fleur, you get up to your next tree and you slash and carve into it, and suddenly the tree moves and says, "Ow." And this giant tree turns and looks at you.
Sorry.
What's our marching order at this point? Because I feel like this is important.
And do we know
I
about
would use the front.
Ents? Like, is this?
It's a trend.
It's
yes.
a trend. It's a thing. Like, we know about it. Like, we're
Yeah.
not gonna like the tree's moving. Oh my
They're-
god, freak out.
Yeah, they're completely indistinguishable from trees until they start moving. It is huge.
Run away?
Why did you do that?
Sorry, my friend's lost. Trying to make sure that she doesn't get more lost. I'm assuming.
I'm so sorry. Here, I'll heal you.
You're now an honorable member of the X clan.
X-Clan?
Right?
Oh boy.
Where's your X?
Oh, it's under my shirt on my back.
Oh.
I've also got one in my head, but I got kicked. Everyone seems to hit it.
I see. Take care in the woods. That little thing hurts.
I'm so sorry. Here, let me heal you.
Why are you
Why are you
talking
talking
like
like that?
Why do you talk so slow?
I-
Are you slow like me?
No, I'm just scared.
Oh no, she's very, very slow.
I'm just scared for my life. Please don't crush me.
Why would I do that?
Because she does not like trees.
No, I love trees.
Like
Lana?
I love trees. I hug the tree. I love trees.
Lana?
You've stabbed like 50 trees since we started walking.
I have not done nothing.
Stab
I have not done
53?
anything. I believe you.
Lana!
What
No,
a
no, they were
monster.
recruited into the X clan.
She'll leave. She'll start proceed in the same direction, hugging the trees.
The X clan. We are defenders of the forest.
I love you.
I just started rubbing the brow of my nose. I'm surrounded by morons.
I let out a long, drawn-out sigh.
Oh,
The Trent turns back towards the party. Don't let that one hurt any more trees.
Absolutely not. We love the trees.
I love this tree. I love this tree.
We'll make sure mark big X on her to make up for all the trees she hurt.
King.
It
All right,
nods,
time to leave.
and it stands back up,
Svetlana, when you were searching
raises
that
its arms, and looks like a tree again.
Svetlana,
I love this tree.
when you guys were in that magic shop, like, was she exposed to anything? Like, did something happen that we need to know about?
I mean, she did look at a lot of things. There was a lot of magic things in there. There's no telling what she might have been corrupted with.
So you just ran off from the party, started hugging
No.
trees further in the forest?
No, I did not run off. I'm like clearly in line of sight.
He walked off.
Okay.
I am like just
There's
overdrawn
this
dramatically,
Are-
like
Are you hugging
plate-clad
every tree now?
paladin walking ahead
around
of
the
us,
circle around the party. I love
hugging
you.
trees.
I love you.
Should have been enjoyed.
Please don't kill me.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree.
Oh God.
Wow.
It just seemed like it might be
Okay,
easier.
let's go.
You press
We gotta go.
vegetation on a tree to mark a,
We gotta
a
go,
nice
or I'm gonna
little
start a
color.
fire.
Just fire's bad.
It's just
Shake
I'm
my
just gonna burn that one, and I nod towards the paladin.
Okay. So you continue on into the woods. You make it about another 30 minutes, and it's starting to get dark. You can see the glow just over 2 more hills. You know that you're almost there. Up in the trees, you hear a strange sound.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was creepy.
I'm going back to town.
Okay.
Okay.
What was that? Anybody know?
Shh, keep it down.
Ghost woodpeckers.
Keep it down.
Religion?
I dropped to like.
There it is again.
That tree had a child.
You just heard it in the trees. You're not.
And it-
Let's see.
And there's drops of water falling on my head.
I'm trying to guess where that came from.
What do you want
If
me to
you're-
roll?
That's nature, right? To try and guess.
Nature to guess what it is, and perception to try to tell where it's at. Zook, you've got no clue. Fleur, you've got no clue. But everybody, Vindy, that's not something natural.
Oh, time
You've
out!
never
You
heard
can't
anything
just
like-
everybody can't just do a perception check.
That's nature. We're all trying to figure out what that
Wait, what
sound is.
do I get to roll something?
We were all in it.
All right. Now, your perceptions, you've pretty much pinpointed that this is south of you in the woods, at least 200 feet off. And it's not on the ground, whatever it is. It's in
The people that did active perception for that, right?
Yeah, that was active. As soon as they heard it, people start trying to pinpoint it, and you got it roughly 200 feet south of you in the trees.
That came from the north.
But none of you can tell what the hell that was. It sounds like nothing you've ever heard before.
I'm telling you, ghost woodpeckers.
You said the most I knew about it was that it wasn't what?
It wasn't natural. It wasn't
Okay.
something that belongs around here.
Mine's also +1 because I can't figure out how to add that in.
Yeah,
Just like
you got the same.
woodpeckers.
The same information. That doesn't something that belongs here.
I use my invisibility
Oh,
cloak.
wait, I think it actually did now. I think it
Do we
activated.
know of this invisibility cloak that he has?
No.
The great grandpapa Ardo passed down to me.
So we would have not had any knowledge of this?
He doesn't have it. He's trying to pull it out of his butt. Sorry.
Okay.
You do not have the
Nice.
invisibility cloak.
Oh. But I,
But does he think he does?
You might think he does. It's the cloak invisible.
They'll never see me now.
I cast invisibility on him, so next time he thinks it actually does make him invisible.
That'd be funny. So, what do you do? Have y'all just stopped here? Or y'all continue to move towards the?
I
Let's
just keep
move
going.
along quietly.
You know we're in the forest with all kinds of twigs and noise, right?
Can I do?
Dwarves. Don't forget the door.
You say as you take another
That's-
giant bite of whatever crunchy item you
He's chewing on a giant carrot. Yeah.
He's
Crunch.
eating snack trail mix. Ow.
What about those three scavengers that preceded us? Aren't we trying to get to this item first?
Question, Shrag.
Keep it
Is
down.
Is it late enough?
Maybe
to
they
have
made
that-
the noise.
It's late enough for the bat to be awake?
Yes.
Yeah.
I reach back and pull him out of my hood and tell him,
Stick.
keep an eye out, keep an eye around this. Let me know if anything's going on. And I toss him into the air to go and fly around.
All right.
Shot by a laser.
Hold on.
Shot by a
You
laser.
toss the bat up into the air. You see, as soon as you toss him up, a little triangle of red appears on the bat. And he just explodes.
Well, it starts off as like separate dots that converge into the triangle. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
The snake.
Do we see something jumping from tree to tree?
What
Did that really
are
happen? Did
you?
that actually
Yeah,
die?
that totally happened. He can summon him back. It's not a big deal. But
It technically costs like 100 gold, doesn't it? Or is that just the
Yeah.
spell?
no, that's old stuff.
Well, that was unexpected.
Did we all see that happen?
Yeah.
I turned and looked to see what the hell just shot my bat out of the air.
I
look
think that chicka sound is not ghost woodpeckers.
You still don't see anything over there.
I cast Detect Magic.
No magic.
Where is Arnold Schwarzenegger when you need him? He would know exactly what to do in this
I
situation.
pull out my gun and shoot the thing. I don't know.
You pull out your gun?
He's
You
attacking the
pull out
dog.
your gun? Hang on. Hold
Your
up.
right arm becomes severed. Wedge.
Everyone hold up. Did you say you pulled out a weapon?
No, I don't have my gun yet.
Okay.
Somebody won't give me the gold to let me build it.
I was just trying to see if you pulled out a weapon.
That's important to know. That's meta information at this point.
Thanks for the
But
information.
I will try not to act upon. Oh, that's gonna be hard not to act upon.
Let's get into the light.
Are we still walking?
Quick. Move quietly, quickly.
I believe so.
Okay, do we see any kind of indication like unusually snapped twigs in weird places or footprints or anything?
Do you want a stealth check from us, Shrag?
Yeah, you can do that.
What?
Pick the best one among you to make your party stealth.
Oh,
You're going to get advice and help.
that is
Me or him?
Clearly
Yes.
not me.
I was supposed to say I have a +4.
You have one more option.
I can do it.
I'm also a +4.
What do you do it?
I don't care who doesn't do it.
I'll take the first one I see. Vindy. Okay.
Woohoo!
So Svetlana guides you. Phineas, you're just about to step on a hornet's nest, and she's like, this way. You were doing great, but woods, not your thing.
Nope.
Yeah, you're more of the urban stealth. And she guides you through the rest. Yeah, urban camo. She guides you the rest of the way, and you'll make it over the hill.
Or it's not more of like, hey, this is desert camo in the forest.
Let me pull your tokens out and change.
Oh, great. It's a hill ant.
It's a villain.
I actually need all of your tokens. This is the first time, guys. Am I on the map? Okay, objects and tokens layer. Good. Okay, I've got Zook. I've got. And hopefully, this will all go well. For me. Oh, here we go. There you go, guys. There's the map. And that's what you come up on.
The giant metal craft
What the hell are we going with?
with a dead alien on top.
I was about to say, I was thinking we were fighting a predator. It looks more like alien we're going up against here.
As soon as it's like, no.
We can't see that, right?
The real rifles.
As
Oh
you come,
shit!
yeah,
It's actually Predator with the red dots and stuff.
you come over
It's
the hill.
making noise.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a freaking alien too.
It's Alien versus Predator. Oh, this is even better.
Oh.
Team up with one
Cast
side.
the city bomb. Forget this crap.
Tell me about
What
it.
am I looking at?
We're
The
going
three
home,
dots,
that's what we're
man.
looking at.
You see 3 bodies on the on this path where the ship obviously. They're all laying there dead. Their chests have exploded out.
Oh,
Okay.
bodies.
You see these big leathery sacks that have been unloaded from the back of this damaged metal object. 5 of them are open, and 4 of them still look closed.
Get anywhere near
You
those.
see, you see 3 dead forms near the ship. 2 of them in strange armor that you don't recognize. One of them mostly melted because there's some creature that's on top of them.
At this point, I would probably draw my weapons.
Alive
yeah?
and on top of him?
I mean,
No,
seriously?
it's dead.
Oh,
Dead
okay.
shit and weird. Yeah, I would probably draw my weapons.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
me
metagame it. I mean, yeah.
Me too.
All right.
I see other people drawing their weapons, and mine's coming out too.
Okay.
I whip it out.
I don't have a weapon as well.
Now, okay, can we make any kind of check to know what these alien things are?
Didn't we already?
They're
You
xenomorphs.
tried,
Kill them with fire.
You don't know.
Okay, yeah, no, well, I mean, I knew we didn't know what the sound was. I didn't know if now that we see them
Oh yeah, I know.
physically.
And they're too small for me to put, but by the 3 bodies with the exploded fronts, you see these strange large spider things with long tails lying dead next to them.
They're dead next to them? Like they're not
Yeah,
moving?
3 that are dead next to the 3 that have exploded.
How do we know they're dead? They're just not moving?
They're laying on their backs with their legs up. They're not
And
moving.
bits and pieces of them missing, or
No.
I approach them cautiously and I inspect the bodies.
All right, so Zook goes first.
did the first person to die in the Alien movie?
Do you have control of your token, Zook?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. What is this here? No, this happened last session that we had this. So. Okay. You get up to the bodies, Zook. You're looking them over.
Can I keep an eye out while he's doing that?
Yeah, you totally can.
But like beside or near him?
Yeah. Yeah, you can totally like be watching around.
I regret saying that.
You see the 3 dead things laying next to these bodies. They have their chests have exploded out. This looks like what happened many years ago during that magical plague. When the people had their hearts exploding out of their chests.
Happy to be here
It
with the
must
bullet
be a
missile object.
resurgence.
That's the first. Everybody stay back. The plague begins to resurge.
I back up.
Everybody be careful. I pull a bandage out
The
of my
plague.
and I wrap it around my face, kind of like a bandana.
Uh-huh.
And I slowly walk closer, trying to examine to see if I can confirm it.
Their hearts are missing, as well as some other parts as well, though. Maybe they were destroyed in the explosion. You can't really tell, but it looks like something came out from their chests.
It's the heart exploding plague, yeah.
Can I roll an int to see if I can tell the fact that this is a lot bigger explosion than what that was?
Yeah, but you're gonna have you were alive, but it's been so long. It's a DC 18. Just straight. You got it. You got it. This is bigger. Something's wrong.
It may have mutated to something stronger.
Let me mute myself.
You to what?
What it is.
It may have mutated to something stronger, more powerful. Everybody be careful. I start looking around, then I start slowly
What's he
approaching.
going on about?
I skirt the bodies. Then I start approaching this like metal armor guy that looks like he's in full plate that's been melted.
Oh, you go straight over there? Okay. So who was watching Zook?
Me, I was
just kinda
watching
standing
around.
back watching.
All right.
I'm
As
near these
Zook-
dead bodies.
The rest of the
Yeah.
group is together, right? Zook is now just kind
Yeah,
of.
I'm like, I'll be honest. I'm still looking at the the metal object going, what the hell is that?
Okay.
Like the only reason why I ask is because if Zook is going to like walk off kind of by himself over in this direction, I would, as being that it was one of our own, I'm gonna stay where I'm at, but I'm gonna watch what happens because it's one of our guys.
I mean, I was looking around right in the forest, so he probably started walking before I got to do anything.
Zook's going full researcher mode. His brain's been turned off as far as danger goes.
Is this one of those airships I've heard about?
What you're going to see back there, anyone that's got their eyes towards Zook, as he walks past those leathery pods, heading for the guy in the armor, one of them unfurls.
Look out!
Yep.
I go invisible the second I hear that.
You scream, look out.
Okay.
In a slow motion voice too.
Exactly.
She's still affected by earlier.
So you're invisible right there. Right there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like twisting and turning, moving, looking around, trying to figure out what's going on.
All right.
Behind you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not the thing.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Zook, what is your AC?
He
Not
did.
enough. I think it's 10.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. Lucky Zook. So you see something fly out of that pod towards Zook and flies right past him and starts skittering around on the ground.
How far away is this from where we're
Oh
standing
fuck,
now?
we can't do anything.
It is currently okay. We're going to go ahead and roll initiative from here.
We must have moved
Okay.
out. There's no way we're
It's,
standing that far away.
155 feet.
What? Well, you guys are, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know what the actual
Can you-
distance of a bow is.
You can shoot from that range.
Can you
I
ping,
can? Okay.
Can you
Alright, select
ping where the
me.
critter is?
Critter sheet.
Yeah, I'll put a critter on the map.
Initiative. There you
Or
go.
the face hugger, I should call it. Yeah.
Dude, where's the initiative button on this sheet?
Yeah, I'm
Make
looking
sure
for it
that you
too.
turn around and have your character selected.
It's at
Middle
the top underneath your name and race. The first
In
thing
a
in
square
the middle.
box.
A square box right up by your hit dice and armor class.
There it is. Oh, come on now. Where's my?
All
It's
right.
right
I'm
there.
just going to grab a spider for now. That's effective enough for this. Let's get a scorpion. That's cool.
Let's get a score spider PN with hugging face capabilities.
Natural
That'll work.
1.
I honestly didn't realize I've been looking for my token. I thought maybe you hadn't put on yet, but I didn't realize it was so far down on the screen. I couldn't see it yet. So
Oh,
that was my
sorry.
bad. No, that was my bad.
Okay. No, I need you to move right here where you're trying to get to Zook. Okay.
Because that would have been a lot closer.
Where's my initiative counter? Come here. Turn order. And what is this thing's? We'll let him go.
Just so I know, when we stopped walking before Zook wandered off, where would we have been on this map? Because obviously we would have been a lot closer.
I
than
was
where-
near the bodies keeping an eye out. If you,
I'm gonna-
sounds like you were behind me.
I'm
Okay.
going to
Yeah, I
say
would've
y'all
been
were up in this range.
Sorry, how many bodies are there?
You see 3 human bodies.
Okay, so that's the scavengers.
The 2 humanoid bodies and 1 strange half scorpion monster on top of one of the humanoid bodies. So 3 humans, 2 humanoids.
Okay,
You said the one that's on top is like upside down, not like on top.
yeah, the
Right,
dead
right.
spider, yeah. And the scavengers. I'm assuming they're scavengers, whether they are or not.
Yeah.
They're like chest bursted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take it back. I want the ant.
All right. I've got initiative for 5 people. Let me see.
See, I was trying to convince them we were defenders of the forest. We could have got their help. but-
You don't
Exactly.
have Fodrins.
I don't have Fodrin. Yeah. Fodrin, I need your initiative.
He's got to wake up first.
Who else is missing? Someone's missing.
Sargath. I don't see his.
I don't have the Wiffle brothers.
I did roll initiative. It didn't work.
You gotta,
No.
you gotta click
You
your
got to
token
select your
first.
token. What'd you roll? Where's that?
It won't roll.
Did
at
you
all.
roll to yourself?
No,
Again,
if you don't have
I'll
your token
check.
selected, it gives you an error.
Okay.
I clicked roll. I'll roll.
Click
sorry.
yourself and then click it.
I think
I'm getting
Fodran's about
back
to
in.
fall down.
Did it work now?
I
Yep.
see it now, and
Hey, Chris, you awake?
yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
I need your initiative before you get a face hugger.
Click your token and then roll initiative.
There's
Click your picture
I wanna
and then
watch
roll
Alien
initiative.
now.
I think our title for tonight could be Tree Huggers and Face Huggers.
Yeah, they really can.
God.
there it is.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Man,
Go to the forest, he says. Investigate the sky metal, he says.
Who said that?
That's what I said. You happy
dead
when
guy.
here looking at the metal now?
Curiosity killed the cat, they say.
Satisfaction brought him back.
there it is.
There you go.
All right, so Fordran, there we go. I've got a full thing going here. Now let's see.
Face huggers.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta add his tag.
Oh, what would I do if I trying not to meta the knowledge that these egg sacs need to die?
I
That's
know.
why I was like, when the egg sac starts to open, would he really be like, look out? Like, you don't know what the hell's going on. It's just something you
Well, no,
miss.
like no, but like let's we're in a medieval time and we've just stepped onto the set of fucking Alien versus Predator. Anything twitches and we're gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
about
what I'm.
look out,
That's
but,
what
like,
I'm going with.
something's happening, you know?
Yeah.
Not
Well,
like,
exactly. Something's
definitely know
happening.
what's
Watch out. Like there's you don't see what's happening behind you. Like yeah,
Oh no.
100% he's gonna one of us would have said something.
no, maybe.
So, all right, the initiative's rolled. So Mavis, you're up first. You see this thing wheeling around to attack something you don't see anymore. Zook's invisible right now.
We just saw him disappear,
You saw him disappear, so you
and
don't
we
know
saw
what's-
that thing fly off towards where he was.
Yeah, and now it's skidding around on the ground.
And that's one of the things that came out of the sack.
That came out of one of those sacks. Yes.
Oh my god, it ate him! It ate him! Oh my god!
Yeah, he disappeared as it flew out, so it might have eaten him.
So we saw. Okay.
Are you really saying that?
Retarded.
Huh?
Okay, no, you're not. Okay.
Oh.
Retarded.
Well,
that's
Zook
not
vanished.
What it said.
He's a wizard. He does those kind of things.
I'm an
He told me
arcane
something
person.
earlier about opening a hole in the wall to hide or get things out of. Maybe he went into one of those.
It sounds like a great place right about now.
Right?
How far am I from these things?
the
Oh,
the
beautiful.
measurement will work. Yeah.
Then yeah, let's take a few steps forward and cast that. Not that one. That's the wrong one. That one.
You're gonna make everything in that area glow. Okay.
Yeah, I want to target everything in that area where the egg sacs are, because that's where I saw the thing come from, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anything? What is this?
Dex saving throws.
Otherwise, they shed dim light. Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I was moving.
Okay.
Other than that,